Hey, what's up everybody? It's Royce from Pedal Mel. Welcome to my channel. Tonight's video is part 7 of the build for the 1/8 scale IXO 917. And this is where I'm at right now, page 118. And I have completed the motor, apparently almost, I would say almost 100%. Right away, I hit a snag here with this kit that I like the kit up until, I still like the kit. I shouldn't say I don't like it, but right off the bat here, we have a problem. The brake reservoirs are completely wrong, in my opinion. They have two Girling bottles, which are these black bottles here for the brake reservoirs. And this is the windshield washer bottle, which also looks completely wrong, in my opinion. These cars, when they were made in 1969, they never had Girling bottles like this. So I don't know if it's when whoever researched this kit did it as per chassis number 22, which is the Jerry Seinfeld owned car, which is going to be going for auction here this month in January of 2025. I suspect, I wish I could find photos, but I have a feeling that car, which in my opinion is overly restored, has these Girling bottles. They should be ATE brand, which is seen here. That's how they would have been from the factory when they were new. So I've never seen Girling bottles ever on 917. And you can also see here, as they were manufacturing, there's a manufacturing photo when they were doing the first 25 cars. You can clearly see it's two white plastic bottles, and then usually the black caps had like a blue sticker on them. And the windshield bottle too is wrong from what I've been seeing. It's more square. So the one here in the kit, which I can show you here, I'm probably just gonna have to deal with it. Is like that, and then they want you to put it in like a bracket, which I can't find any photographs of any 917s having anything even remotely close to this. So I suspect it's all on chassis 22. I just cannot find any good pictures of the frunk area of the 917-022, which I suspect uses these Girling bottles, which maybe I'll end up doing. I just fix up the bracket. It's got mold lines on. I need to fix that or make my own strap. The other thing I've been thinking about, I'm still looking, perusing, I guess is the word for it, on eBay at 1/12 scale dollhouse little bottles. It's either that or I'm going to have to use a miniature lathe or something and make my own bottles. But I don't care for these black bottles. Like I said, I've never seen a 917 use them. And if I'm going to do this kit, I'd like to do it right. I don't understand what's up with this. It looks like they tried to do some attention to detailing. There's some stickers on there and whatnot, but I don't know. I didn't put the cap on the other side. It looks like it's chrome, which doesn't really make any sense when it's plastic. So I'm kind of at a standstill here with this part of it, and I'm not sure what to do. So that's part 1 so far where I'm at, which is kind of just hit a wall with that because I can't find any photos anywhere of anything remotely close. All right, here's a quick update where I'm at with this. I started putting together the brake reservoirs. I sanded and cleaned up all the mold lines that were on the bracket there, which I just painted in flat aluminum color. I've yet to find, I found one example of a 917 with those bottles, and it even had this washer bottle, but it was not chassis number 22. So I'm not sure which car they used to photograph and reference for this. The other weird thing is this bottle is actually mounted backwards on here, which is weird to me, and it's hollow on the other side, so I can't see, it's hollow on that side. I can't flip it around, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I started making the correct cap for the top where it has like a flip top, and then the cap would kind of just stay on so you wouldn't lose the cap. And then I started sanding the mold lines off and all that good stuff, and got a little bit to do yet on it. I will show my reference photo of the actual original bottle, but it's flipped around where the round side, I believe, is to the back side towards the driver, not the other way around, as they want you to mount it here, which I don't know which car, like I said, that they're using here for reference. I've never seen one mounted this way. And like I said, same with the Girling bottles. As far as I can tell, they were all ATEs, the white plastic bottles. So I'm going to probably just deal with this for now because they actually don't look that bad. I mean, they at least, they don't look real bad. I left them as the black painted, the black plastic. I did like a Vallejo black wash on the caps to kind of tone them down a little bit. But I'm just going to deal with it. And then I have some dollhouse bottles coming in the mail that I think I can modify to represent the ATE bottles, because I'm pretty sure this is just going to bug the bejesus out of me if I don't fix them. I don't know. It just bothers me because I don't know. I've never seen that on any of the cars, and I'm not saying that they didn't have them, because they used the Girling brakes for sure. The early brakes are Girling, but the odd thing is they were Girling brakes with the ATE bottles, and I can prove that by looking right here at when they were assembling the cars, the first 25 cars. You can clearly see ATE bottles, but they used Girling brake calipers. So I don't know. They just probably whatever they could get their hands on is what I'm thinking. Now, unfortunately, there's not a good shot there of the windshield washer bottle. So I'm not too worried about that, but I'm just going to have to deal with it and paint it white here when I'm done with it. And it'll get a black rubber grommet there on the left side. And we'll move on. But this is, again, snowballing to the point I think I'm getting too picky with stuff that I got to kind of move on and just deal with what I have to work with, I guess. But I would like to make it correct. And I did find a good web page, which I can put the link down below, of chassis number 22, some good photos of it. And I would have lost that bet, but it has the ATE bottles. So I thought for sure that was the car that they possibly used for the reference for this book, but I don't think so. So I don't know which car they used to reference this, but I'm pretty sure it's wrong. But anyway, be back in a little bit. All right, so I think I'm wrapping this up for now. Eventually, maybe I'll redo the bottles to match the ATE style reservoirs instead of the Girling. I don't really like this type, but I don't think, maybe it's not a huge deal and I'm just stressing over nothing. Over to the windshield washer bottle. I think I'm done with that for now. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think I'm going to use this bracket. I couldn't really find any examples. I did find the car. I'm about 99.9% positive I found the car that they used as reference photo. I'll stick it up here on the screen, slide over to the left here so I have room. I think I'm going to do black. It's basically for a bread bag, a black twisty tie around the bottle. That'll hide the hole that this pin here would have went through on from the bracket to the middle of the bottle. And I think that represents the black rubber strap that a lot of times that I've seen on the bottles. And I think that looks a little more correct than this big beefy bracket, which I even sanded some of that down and it's still really chunky. So I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm just going to stick with the bread tie there. I think it actually looks pretty good. I didn't have to paint it or anything. It was already black. It came with like electronics, like an extension cord or whatever. So I have plenty of those, and I just twisted it around there and put a little bit of super glue on there to kind of hold it. I'm happy with the reservoir, or the windshield washer bottle cap. Turned out awesome. So I was I'm really, really happy with that. Over to when I moved ahead a few pages, I started working on the pedal cluster. For my research, a lot of the parts are magnesium. The accelerator pedal appears to be a cast aluminum pedal, but the rest, the clutch and brake, from the books I have appear to be magnesium. I just used the brown color that they had molded and just used a Vallejo wash over them. And then I also tried to scratch and score and put the diagonal patterns, which I have in a book here somewhere I can show you. Here's a backside shot of, and the good colors of the aluminum for the accelerator pedal, and the clutch and brake are kind of hidden there, but you can see them. The one piece that they gave me as chrome is also, I believe, magnesium, so I just painted that like a semi-gloss black. And I think there's another picture here that is a little bit better. Let me see here. Now this cluster here, you can see it's a good one here. You can see the cross hatch pattern for the anti-slip. There was not rubber pads. Everything was just metal. And you can see that this company here, whoever, someone privateer, or I think this might be from a David Piper car, I'm not sure, but either way, someone put their own modifications over here on this, on the brake pedal. They would not normally be, it would have been a little bit smaller like you see here. Well, you can see the difference. The brake pedal was pretty small, I think, originally. That's a long tail. I have another picture of the modified from the back. Or from the front, I should say. There's another picture there. I'm pretty sure it's a David Piper car because you can see the green. Yeah, it is a David Piper car. So he still has that, or I guess they're in their family. Anyway, you can see here, it's a good shot of the back, how it was modified, the pedal. Someone cut it down. Here, the accelerator pedal does almost look like a magnesium color, but everything I keep finding, I believe it was cast aluminum. And this here, there's a horn, which there's the first 25 cars all did have horns, I'm pretty sure. And we could see black rubber hose for the brake lines there. And the washer bottle is up here in the back. So a lot of the cars are all slightly different from what I'm finding. So I'm not going to stress a whole lot over that. This fiberglass piece here, it looks like light gray in most of the photos. So I guess I'm going to do light gray for that, even though I always thought it was a raw fiberglass color on the cars. But even this is the factory long tail here, which, see there you can get a good shot of the floorboard piece. Appears to be light gray there. This is the factory unmolested long tail Martini that Porsche still has in their museum. In there, it's clear. You can see it's a light gray color. So maybe that was not raw fiberglass like I always was under the impression. So I will probably do that gray just like you see there. And anyway, so that was a deep dive into learning about the pedal clusters. I'm still not 100% sure on, all the colors, but I think I'm just going to go with what I see there, which sure looks like cast aluminum to me and magnesium. And that one there, that washer bottle actually looks like it's zip tied in off to the right there. And that's spun around. The pump would have been on the other side there. So I think the reference car they used, they have it the round to the front. Most of the cars I've seen, that round portion of the ball actually is pointing towards the driver, not the other way, and the pump would be on the right-hand side, not the left there. Not a big deal. So I think that's it for now. This is part 7, and they're having me move on to start on the frame itself, which I'm super impressed with this, what I've seen, the way this is all painted. The frames from the factory, all the tubular chassis would have been black originally. What you see in gray, which I'm not sure how they did this at the IXO. I'm sure this was all made in China. It's really impressive. What you see, the gray is supposed to represent where the fiberglassing would have been wrapped around the tubes to make everything structurally sound. So that is really cool, really impressive that that's all taken care of. I don't know if the Pocker has that attention to detail or not, but I thought that really stood out to me as just super cool. And I can show you a good shot maybe of what I'm talking about. Like right here, you can see here where they wrap that around the fiberglassing. So pretty cool to see that on a model kit. So it might not have to do too much with it. I'm hoping not anyway, because and the gray looks pretty accurate to me. I think the gray that they chose looks really good. I'm hoping to not have to do a whole lot of changes with that. And of course, as you can see, all the big, huge screw holes. I did put this front motor mount in a while. It's a lot of screws, and I don't think there's much I can get around that. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, use all the screws. Up in the back where it's visible when you open the clamshell, I'm going to try to do what I can to hide some of the ugly big Phillips head screws if possible, but I don't know how much of that I'm going to stress over. But that's it. Hopefully you like this video, and be sure to like it. I appreciate it. That way I know you guys are watching and like this content. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button down right corner. Hit the bell for notifications. And I will continue on to work on part 8. So this has been part 7, and it's been, like I said, this took me a little while to get this all straightened out. This is 2.0 millimeter Tamiya braided lines, by the way. And that's that. I just made the little clamps from shrink tubing, heated them up, and then painted them flat aluminum color from Tamiya, which I forget whatever color that is, LP38. So that's that. Hope you guys liked it. Well, I'll see you in a few days. All right, have a good night. Bye now.